The universe is defined by limits: the speed of light, the reach of gravity, the span of time. But there is a place where every rule we have ever written is systematically dismantled. It is a place of absolute shadow, a cosmic puncture where the fabric of reality itself is torn open. Imagine standing on the edge of a precipice, not of rock or earth, but of existence. Ahead lies a sphere of perfect darkness, so vast it swallows the light of 100 million suns. This is the event horizon of a supermassive black hole. To cross it is to leave the known universe behind forever. There is no turning back, no signal that can be sent home, and no physical law that can save you. What follows is the final journey, a descent into the heart of the most mysterious object in the cosmos. Space is rarely empty, but around a supermassive black hole, it feels heavy. Unlike their smaller stellar mass cousins, which are born from the deaths of individual stars, these giants sit at the center of galaxies. They are the anchors of the heavens. Our own Milky Way revolves around one, a silent, invisible titan named Sagittarius, a asterisk. To understand what happens inside, we must first understand the threshold. The event horizon is not a physical surface. It is a mathematical boundary, a line in the sand drawn by gravity. Beyond this point, the escape velocity, the speed required to break free, exceeds the speed of light. Since nothing in the universe can travel faster than light, nothing that enters can ever emerge. As you approach, the sky begins to distort. The light from distant stars behind the black hole is pulled and bent, wrapping around the darkness in a glowing ring known as a photon sphere. Behind you, the universe looks like a fading memory. Ahead, the void is absolute. The transition across the event horizon is deceptively calm. For a supermassive black hole, the tidal forces at the edge are surprisingly gentle. If you were falling into a smaller black hole, your body would be stretched and torn apart instantly. But because of the immense scale of a supermassive giant, the curvature of space is more gradual. You could float across the threshold and for a few moments feel nothing at all. But the universe as you knew it has ended. Once inside, the geometry of space-time undergoes a radical transformation. Outside, you have freedom of movement. You can go left, right, up, or down. You can choose to stay still. But inside the horizon, the radial direction toward the center is no longer just a path through space. It becomes a path through time. The singularity at the center is no longer a place you are traveling toward. It is a time in your future. Just as you cannot stop yourself from moving toward tomorrow, you cannot stop yourself from moving toward the center. Every effort to fire an engine or swim against the tide only brings the end closer. In this realm, the future is a physical destination, and that destination is total collapse. As you fall deeper, the light that followed you in begins to change. Looking back toward the horizon, the entire history of the outside world appears to accelerate. You are witnessing the universe age and fast forward. Stars flicker and die. Galaxies collide and fade. Because time is stretching to the breaking point, 1,000 years in the outside world pass in what feels like seconds to you. Simultaneously, the physics of the inside begins to defy intuition. In the darkness, the massive gravitational energy begins to warp your perception of dimensions. This is the era of the interior, where the vacuum itself begins to boil with quantum fluctuations. We often think of the interior of a black hole as empty space, but it is a graveyard of everything the hole has ever consumed. Information, light, and matter are all crushed together, stripped of their identity. Here, a star is no longer a star. An atom is no longer an atom. Everything is reduced to its most fundamental essence, waiting for the final convergence. Then comes the shift. As you approach the inner core, the gentle gravity of the supermassive giant finally wakes up. The difference in gravitational pull between your head and your feet begins to grow. This is the onset of spaghettification, but on a cosmic scale. The fabric of your reality is being pulled through a needle's eye. At this stage, we encounter the great conflict of modern science. Einstein's general relativity tells us that you will be crushed into a point of infinite density, the singularity. Here, the equations break. They return infinity as an answer, which in physics is a way of saying we no longer understand what is happening. However, quantum mechanics suggests something else. Perhaps the information that makes up you isn't destroyed. Some theories suggest the interior of a supermassive black hole acts as a bridge, or, as you are compressed, the data of your existence might be smeared across the inner surface of the hole, preserved in a two-dimensional state whilst your physical form vanishes. At the very heart lies the singularity. It is the ultimate turning point. It is a region where the density is so high and the volume so small that space and time as we define them simply cease to exist. If you were to reach this point, you would be standing at the end of time itself. There is no after the singularity. It is the final punctuation mark at the end of a long cosmic sentence. Some physicists speculate that the singularity isn't an end but a beginning, a white hole or a gateway to another Big Bang in a different dimension. But for the observer within our universe, it is the total cessation of being. The consequences of these objects are profound. Without supermassive black holes, galaxies would not form the way they do. They are the dark hearts that keep the stellar fires burning in their orbits. They are the ultimate recyclers, taking the order of the universe and grinding it back down into the raw potential of the void. We look at the stars to find our origins, but we must look into the shadows to find our limits. The supermassive black hole is a reminder that the universe is not designed to be fully understood by the human mind. It is a place where the laws of nature go to die, and where the mystery of existence is kept under lock and key. We are small and our lives are brief, but we are the only part of the universe that can look into that darkness and wonder what is inside. In that wondering, we find our greatest strength. The black hole may swallow the light, but it can never extinguish the human need to know the truth, even a truth that lies beyond the end of the world.